I felt awfully guilty about my life because at that time my life passed before my eyes and I saw an ugly life. Yes, I had a lot of great times, a lot of great experience, a lot of escapes from death, but I still didn't like my life after the war. It was terrible. And I thought, God, what a heel. I came home alive. God kept his promise. I didn't keep mine. And so I went forward and accepted Christ. I knew I was through getting drunk. I knew I was through smoking. And I knew I had forgiven all of my guards, including the bird. Never dawned on me again that I hated the guy. That was the first night in all those years I never had a nightmare. And I haven't had one since. The next morning I got up and grabbed my Army New Testament. Now in the service we couldn't understand the Bible, so we just discarded the Bible. But now I found my New Testament, which was sent home in my footlocker when I was declared dead, sat under a tree and began to read. You're talking about a miracle. The first time in my life I understood what the Bible was saying. Not all of it, but I understood the plan of salvation, Christ on the cross, and tears began to roll down my face. Conversion's a miracle. Understanding the Scripture is a miracle because that's proof that the Spirit of God did come into your heart.
The change in Louis's heart was so radical that he began contemplating something extraordinary. He knew God was calling him to return to Japan. Not long after he accepted Christ, Louis was back in the land where his nightmares began. This time, he entered a different prison, one that housed Japanese war criminals.
Well, I spoke to the 850 total, and then I gave an invitation and I said that we just are presenting the gospel to you, that Christ died on the cross for your sins, that he was buried, for 3 days, rose again, alive. Over 50% had raised their hands. Then I saw my guards, I identified them as they walked down the aisle.
Though the bird would never meet Louis, many of his former captors came forward.
Well, this was quite a thrill to me to see these men after all these years and know for sure now, even face to face, that the forgiveness was total. The coils of death entangled me. In my distress, I called to the Lord. I called to my God for help. He reached down from on high, took hold of me, and drew me out of deep waters. I'll tell you, when I read that, tears came to my eyes because that's exactly what happened. The greatest question that anyone can face is, what have you done with Jesus Christ?